Morning everybody, Jeff here. It's been a while since my last LinkedIn video, but I wanted to take some time today to talk through the findings from our recently released CIO survey. Now we do the survey every year, but suffice to say this year's been a bit different. The way it was timed, what we actually ended up doing was getting a round of responses before the pandemic hit, realizing that people's opinions have probably changed, and then asking again for a second round of responses. And what that gave us was a before and after view of all the areas surveyed. Things like board priorities, investment profiles, levels of influence, all those type of things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly give you sort of my take on some of those findings with a big, strong sort of New Zealand flavor to them. For the New Zealand context, we've combined the global findings with discussions we've had with CIOs and other IT leaders around New Zealand. And what we've found is they're facing the increased pressure that working from home places on IT and IT teams. That may be maintaining new technology, maintaining team culture, or looking after your team's mental health, all in an environment of uncertainty. And at the same time, organizations and boards are still looking to IT to increase customer engagement as well as increase operational efficiencies. Surprisingly enough, those two priorities did not change in the before and after as a result of the pandemic. While many organisations continue to operate largely from home, here in New Zealand we're no longer under lockdown, which means most of us can return to the office safely. We see this driving two schools of thought in the organisations that we're in. The first are really embracing the new normal, taking the lessons from lockdown to really change how they operate and what being in the office means. While this sounds really attractive, it does bring challenges for New Zealand CIOs. How do we maintain team cohesion? How do we maintain our security posture? And how do we make it a seamless experience whether you're working from the office or from home? On a really practical level, when we're all at home, a team video call had everyone on the same level. When you've got some people in the office and some people at home, inevitably it's less engaging for one of those parties. Now the other school of thought is, okay, we're through the worst of this, let's get back to normal, everyone back to the office. Now, particularly seen around the public sector, this does feel like the safe approach. We know how this works, let's get back to it. But this may come back to bite in the future, particularly trying to attract and retain talent in an environment where flexible working has become more of the norm. On a positive note, over 60% of survey respondents have reported an increased level of influence as a result of the pandemic. Now this has come for a number of reasons. The first, the frankly heroic levels of effort that some teams went to get their organisations up and running remotely in a very short period of time. And in others, it's really raised the profile of those unseen investments into cloud, remote working, collaboration technologies that were previously nice to haves and hygiene factors that all of a sudden became the only reason organisations were able to operate. In many cases, this has translated into increased priority for digital and other technology initiatives in those organisations. From our discussions with CIOs, most are going for option one, trying to maintain some level of flexibility for staff while continuing to meet client requirements. Many are settling on 2 to 3 days a week, and from what we've seen, clear guidance on the protocols and standards for when you work from home and how it's communicated, as well as protocol for meetings and video calls, are really important to ensure that that's a success. One area of the survey where we didn't see a lot of change was skill shortages. It was the usual suspects in the top 5. We had cybersecurity, advanced analytics, and architecture. However, organizational change management did make the top 5 for the first time. What has changed is some of the factors that are important to recruit, attract, and retain those skills. Remuneration is no longer the top motivator. Strong culture and leadership, flexibility has become a big issue, as well as strong leadership and culture. So it's no longer about just pay. As we move towards 2021, CIOs continue to be a key enabler for organizations. Whether you're going through a hard reset, a modified business as usual, significant transformation, or a period of rapid growth, CIOs are at the heart of all of them. Digital leaders that are agile, scalable, and able to respond are well positioned to use their increased influence to really get back burner initiatives brought to the fore and move forward. For those organizations that were caught flat-footed, the less digitally enabled, the less agile, you now have a clear imperative to move forward and modernize. And finally from me, a big thank you to everyone who's watched my videos this year. Thank you very much to everyone who responded to our CIO survey, and I hope you'll participate next year. Thanks.